here. Okay, and then twist. Keep coming around. You can hit that, lift it, and all the way until it's kind of straight with the vise. Right there. Good. Good, good. Hey, my name is James Tower, and I'm the blacksmithing pastor. And I am in the welding shop at Seward County Community College, where I just finished up our blacksmithing for beginners class for 6th to 8th graders. Had 5 students first day and had a couple that need to go on vacation after that. A while back, I built this anvil stand, and I wanted to give an update on the cart that I made for it and how I use that, and just the ways that I move things in the shop. It's been an evolution of things to get to this point, and so I just want to show you a couple of ways that I move things, and then how this new cart kind of solves some of those problems. This is a Hoyer lift. It is a lift that was used to move patients in a hospital. They're notorious for flipping over, at least these older ones. I have a little lever here. I can spread the feet wider, which is super handy to be able to do, and also to stow it. I've got to reinforce the handle because I've used it to lift stuff that I probably shouldn't. It's got a nice little hydraulic piston there, and I've got different attachments. This is a big hook that I use. This is like a spreader bar I can pull out. Those kind of store like that. And on the end here, I had to rebuild it because I broke it lifting something way too heavy with it. But I've got a kind of adapted version of how it is. You know, it spins around. I have this webbing, and this is how I moved anvils for a long, long time, is I draped the webbing over it. I made this little basket in the middle for the chain, so I can open these loops, put it over the horn and the heel of the anvil, and then lift it really quickly and easily. And this is great for a lot of things. It's a lot like an engine hoist or something, but it's even lighter than that in most cases. And this was a great way of moving something. It's super convenient. And I'll show you how that works in a second. Alternatively, you might find a cart like this. This one is actually probably sturdy enough to be used that way. A lot of them aren't. It's got this platform on the bottom, and it's usually not built to move as much weight as an anvil is. Again, this one's pretty strong, pretty stout, well made. And if anyone who's tried to use one of these to move an anvil knows, getting the anvil up and over that lip on the bottom can be pretty annoying. So I will show you a little footage of that. I don't recommend this, but it's better than nothing. And this is better for like grass and stuff like that with these kind of wheels. Whereas the Hoyer lift, the little wheels on it are very thin. You know, it works well on a concrete surface, but I actually have gravel and grass and no really paved areas over at my workshop, except for inside of the garage. So of limited value for that. Okay, this is my old Peter Wright more mobile stand. So if I was to try to move this anvil with a cart like this, bring the cart over like this, go under the anvil, you gotta kind of awkwardly rock the anvil up, feed the cart in, get over here and just walk the anvil back onto the cart. And then it's a little sketchy, but you can do it. And if the cart's strong enough, you can wheel it around like that. But again, not ideal, but good for grass. And unloading is the same. Pretty awkward process. Again, I'm not knocking this. This will save your back a lot of wear and tear. Alternatively, if you're not going to move the anvil very far, you can just kind of, it's round bottom, kind of walk it around like that. Now the Hoyer lift is a lot easier on a nice smooth surface. I open the legs up, I wheel it over, feed the loop over here, feed the loop over here. Now, that's not bad, and you can wheel that around again on nice smooth surfaces, but it's not good for distance. It's awkward, and it can flip over, which is less than ideal. So first, I want to demonstrate using the Hoyer lift to move these 3 painted anvils back to where they go, just to show you how quick having it set up that way works. These don't have any other way to move them really, except for scooting them. So anyway, that's the Hoyer cart, or the Hoyer lift. It's really super handy for moving stuff if you have a nice concrete floor, but it is prone to tip over if you're not careful. And you know, that's why they don't use those older models in hospitals anymore. They have different ones that are probably better now. Okay, let's look at this cart. So it's got the 2 railroad spikes for the forks. It's got pretty decent grass tires, so those are old. If you see the little tiny wheel there, that's to stop the cart from falling forward, because when you take that platform off, a tilt cart that doesn't have that platform right there, then it's just going to want to fall over, and that's super annoying. So those wheels are on there just so it'll stand up, because it's super convenient to be able to let it stand up. If you look at the back of the cart, I've got wheels. These are mostly to protect your hand when I'm loading this in the back of a truck, with the anvil on it, tilted all the way back and rolling with the anvil on top of it. If you notice though, those 2 holes that are drilled there, now that is pretty quick, pretty easy. It's got nice big tires for the grass. I dig that. That was what this cart, the main advantage that this cart had, was it has speed, it can do the grass, it's more stable than the Hoyer lift. Hoyer lift's still super handy. It's kind of hard to see here, but these are, these hook with D-rings on the vise, because it's a little bit too much weight, a little too far out, and so that helps. I'll show you why that's there in a minute. Okay, this is what I got on the back of my post vise. If you can see these little D-rings. Those are what hook onto the cart, because that big plate there on the bottom is really heavy, and that weight's really shifted out, which is really nice for using the vise. but it's not so nice for moving the vise. And the way that my trailer is set up, I got to put the vise in first. So as I showed before, this anvil stand is built with those pockets for the forks for that cart. And all I have to do is really, all those tools and stuff can live there. All I have to do is decide which side of the cart I want to lift. In this case, I'll go with this side. And in this case, these two hammer handles are all that's in the way of using the cart. I can pull those two handles, then I can put them back once the cart's on there. And then I can wheel it over to the trailer and take it up the ramp. So here's my trailer. I got an old Champion hand crank forge. That's a little wind guard thing in here that pretty much lives in here, except for when I want to borrow it. A little fold up shelf to put my canopy stuff, and this is kind of the real estate area that I have to put a lot of my stuff. All right, so I got my forked cart here. I gotta pull those two hammers out. And then I can put the two hammers back. Leave everything on the cart. And wheel it over to the trailer. So here's kind of how it all lives together.
Got some questions I need to know. But it's like an asking only one thing. No, just one time. What would you do?
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, there are many ways that you can support this video adventure that I believe is God is really moving through. And most of the ways that you could support my channel don't take any money. Prayer is free, and God has all the resources out there that I'll ever need, so I appreciate your prayers. If you would like the video, share it with your friends. You could take a second to subscribe or comment. That would be a huge blessing. I'm getting pretty serious about making videos. I hope people out there like you want to see these videos and want them to get out and have a bigger impact. So thank you for your support.